your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, good evening to you on this chilly Thursday night after what has been, well, another windy, cool, overcast day. We have had a little bit of rain out there, but most locations didn't pick up a whole lot, which is not great news because we are still in some pretty moderate drought conditions. But the big story tonight, the temperature. We're now down to 38 in Champaign and in Springfield. And as we go throughout the course of tonight, those temperatures are going to fall even more. As a matter of fact, out the door tomorrow morning, we're talking about 32 degrees to start the day at 7 a.m. And the winds pick up and a freeze warning in effect. We'll explain what that means and how the winds may pick up again this weekend, leading to another fire danger. Details coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Teachers are upset over letters from the school district. Why they say they're not being supported. Plus, fire trucks are, of course, meant to fight fires. But this one went up in flames while doing it.
And it's a kind gesture from one business, how it's helping families during this pandemic.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 10.
When will teachers be allowed to make mistakes without facing potential discipline around topics that have always been conversations in the past?
Strong accusations by this teachers union prompted the Decatur School District to try to resolve a conflict between the teachers and administration. Teachers say they're being blamed for something they never expected would happen. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jessica Coons. The union says more than 40 teachers were given letters saying they violated the new grading guidelines. Teachers say the principals and district administrators aren't being understanding about why this happened. WCIA 3's Jennifer Jensen joins us now. So Jennifer, what led up to this?
Jessica, all of the classes have been taught remotely since the start of this year because of the pandemic. So at this week's meeting, school board meeting, more than a dozen teachers spoke about how challenging this year has been and how they believe the district is not supporting them through that.
Teachers in the Decatur School District stood at the podium explaining their frustrations to the school board.
The climate of our district is such that we can never do enough or meet expectations.
This aggravation stems from letters that dozens of teachers received from the principals requiring a meeting to talk about why they didn't follow the midterm progress report guidelines.
We discovered that there were progress reports where students did not have progress scores or grades.
Assistant Superintendent Jeff Dace says this raised a red flag that needed to be addressed.
So if we're seeing a lot of progress reports without grades, then we definitely don't want that with the report card.
In the last year, the district started implementing first quarter progress reports.
There's not like a gotcha moment and we're trying to reprimand or discipline a lot of teachers. We just want improvement. And at the same time, we have to be giving a clear picture to our parents that this is how your child is progressing throughout the quarters and throughout the year.
But instead of being sent letters, the teachers and the union representative hopes the district will be more communicative and understanding of the challenges they and their students are going through.
Number one, to feel supported. Two, to be able to do what we do best, teach students, give them what they need. And I would say three is grace. We're in a pandemic. We're teaching virtually, which none of us have ever done before. And nothing is scripted. Nothing is easy.
Some of those letters have been recalled since Tuesday night's meeting. The assistant superintendent says no teachers have been reprimanded or had any strikes against them in their files because of this.
All right, interesting, Jennifer. Thank you. Now, when we asked the assistant superintendent what they plan to do about the teachers' concerns moving forward, he said they will remain open about communication with them with future conflicts.
A mayor tested positive for coronavirus. Decatur Mayor Julie Moore-Wolfe is isolating now. She says her symptoms are mild, but she doesn't know when she was exposed or how long she's had the virus. A COVID-19 testing clinic is returning to Vermilion County. It'll be at the Vermilion County Health Department on South College Street on Monday. The clinic will run through the 25th and will be open each day from 9 until 4:29. No appointments necessary, and you can be tested even if you don't have symptoms. You should get your results within 4 to 7 days. The state announced a record number of new cases today, more than 4,000. Last time the state state was this high was because of a case backlog last month. It's not the issue this time. It appears due in part to the addition of antigen or rapid test results being added to the total. The positivity rate has also gone up again to 4.9%. The total number of cases is now more than 331,000. There are also 53 additional tests, including a woman in her 60s in Champaign County, a woman in her 60s in Christian County, a man in his 70s in Moultrie County, and a man in his 70s in Shelby County. More than 9,100 people have died because of COVID since March.
One person was hurt in a combine fire tonight. It happened on DeLand Monticello Road in Piatt County. You can see it there, them trying to put it out. That combine fully engulfed. The victim was not seriously hurt. Firefighters were not able to say what started that fire. A field fire near Cerro Gordo destroyed this fire truck yesterday, but quick action from farmers stopped the field fire from being a lot worse. Fire trucks aren't built for fighting fires in fields, but thankfully farmers were nearby to help out. As those flames started to spread across hundreds of acres, one farmer used his tractor discs to stop it from spreading. In a case like this, there's only so much a fire truck can do, which is why his actions were so important.
I just happened to be in the right place, the right time when it turned out. I wasn't looking for this. I don't think nobody is. So I was just glad to do what little I could do.
That fire covered about 500 acres worth of farmland. The truck that caught on fire was destroyed. That was Cerro Gordo's secondary engine. And a fire destroyed a house in WATSEKA this morning near Chicago and Jackson Street. Crews say it was caused by an electrical power strip. The fire chief says people should be careful when using those.
If you don't have to, don't. Fortunately, so far, everybody's okay on this one that we know of, but they can cause problems, so be very careful with them.
One person escaped the fire, another had to be rescued by firefighters, but both are expected to survive. Everything inside the home was destroyed.
We have an update about a deadly crash that happened earlier this week. The Iroquois County coroner released the names of the two people who died. It happened on I-57 near Paxton. Both 26-year-old Aaron Reed from Onarga and 21-year-old Tazia Cried from Pembroke Township was killed. Authorities say Reed crossed the median and hit the car Crite was in. A semi then hit Crite's car, ejecting everyone inside, including a 3-week-old baby. The infant was flown to the hospital. Taylorville police arrested a man for child abuse after a 5-month-old was taken to the hospital for a broken bone. Police say Daniel Daly was charged with aggravated battery to a child. The baby was treated for a broken bone in the shoulder area. X-rays found that child was healing from other injuries as well.
Now for a follow-up on a story from July. The Champaign County State's Attorney is not filing charges after a truck drove through a protest in front of Rogue Barber Company in Champaign. That group was protesting the former barbershop's membership application, which asked people to sign off on not being part of Black Lives Matter. A video online showed a truck driving through the protests. Police say evidence shows the driver was moving slowly away from the scene, and protesters put themselves in front of the vehicle instead of moving away from it. New at 10, the Danville VA is looking for volunteers to drive shuttles for veterans. They're starting a shuttle route to help veterans get from the parking lots to the buildings on the VA campus. It would be a 4-hour commitment once a week. If you're interested, you can call the number that is up on your screen right now.
Here's an update from Hoopston. Construction's underway for an indoor and outdoor kennel area at the Hoopston Animal Rescue Team. Work's been stop and go because of the pandemic, and it's costing about $8,000 more than originally budgeted. But they say the kennel will help the animals find homes because adopters will be able to walk through the kennels instead of workers bringing the animals out one at a time. The adoption should be built by the end of the year.
Many have taken a financial hit this year, but a business is giving some parents a hand.
Plus, holidays usually mean time with the family. How health officials say you can do that safely.
And in the mood for some scares, where you can get them for a frightfully good time.